Hey everyone, it's Mike with It's Pittsfield Tonight. It is Wednesday, January 15th. It's about 21 degrees. I'm here on the water at Richmond Pond. I'm on my property. Right here, there's a little bit of water open. I know we got some single-digit temperatures coming, so that won't stay open for long. But usually all the ducks gather right there, and there's a great big hawk right there who I'm sure he's looking for those ducks. But anyway, it's cold, so I'm going to make this a quick one. This video is going to be about last night's city council meeting. So Tuesday, January the 14th, we had a city council meeting, and it basically went over the trash, the new rollout of the trash toter system in Pittsfield. And Ricardo Morales, our Commissioner of Public Utilities, gave a pretty decent presentation covering basically everything to get everyone up to date of where we're at. However, I watched it twice and all I wanted to hear is the same question I've had for a while. We were told that the community could only select one size container, that their trucks would only be calibrated to pick up one size toter. So we had to pick one size for recycling and trash. I don't know if that's true or not. Other communities I've talked to said we use multiple size toters, and as long as it's automated approved, which is traditionally the 32-gallon, 48-gallon, 64-gallon, or 96-gallon. But I made a lot of calls and did a lot of research on that. So I want to hear that, and I want to know how they know that their trucks will only be calibrated for that when they don't even have their trucks yet. We learned that at last night's meeting. So they're just using the lease vehicles, and they're hoping to purchase their own trucks and have them in by April. So, yeah. That was the big thing. Other than that, it was a lot of good information on where we are. Commissioner Morales says that we're heading in the right direction. We're already down on what we're using in trash. Now, I believe that we're down in what they collected and are throwing away in trash, but we are seeing some dumping issues. We are seeing dumping in the parks. We're seeing trash cans at gas stations on the islands overflowing. I've seen quite a bit of that. Garbage building up at people's houses. I've seen a lot of that. So I don't know. I think it's kind of very much too early to say this is a success. I still think the 48-gallon was too small. Now, Commissioner Morales' presentation said that only 11% of the residents requested a second trash toter. I can see that only because the people who desperately need it are the people who are strapped the most on budget right now. Single people, seniors that are a couple, households of three. It seems to be working for all those people. The 48 seems to be fine. A household of 4 or 5 or 6, you're running into some difficulties and it's not okay. And that extra $160 a year is a lot for a lot of people. So I don't know. I think it's a little early to call any of it a success yet. I am still 100% for a tote system. I'm glad that that Mayor Marchetti supported it, that some of the councilors supported it, because I started pushing for a tote system going back quite a few years, maybe 5-6 years ago. And at that time, at large and council president, Peter Marchetti, he didn't want totes. He was pushing for a pay-as-you-throw system with different colored bags. I remember some of the councilors weren't too excited about totes. I think Dina Lampiazzi said that she didn't know if it would work for seniors in her ward. How are they going to push this and get it to the curb? And so I do remember all that. The writing for me was on the wall because the whole country, if not the world, but the whole country is switching to automated trash collection with totes. So it's a very common thing that's been rolled out heavy since about 2004, 2005. And, finally we're on board. So I'm all for the tote system. I just think that the garbage tote should have been bigger. 48 is awfully small, so it immediately for families, it's going to create this other bill. They're going to have to come up with an extra 160. So it's a lot. It's another bill for people who are already the ones that have the most mouths to feed, the biggest expense. So that's a concern. So there's still a lot to talk about on that, but it was a good meeting on that. The opening part upset me. Okay, so during the public speaking, the way public speaking works is you get up and you have 3 minutes to speak. You have to give your name and address, and you have 3 minutes to speak. City councilors during public speaking are not to respond to you. City councilors are only there to discuss what's on the agenda. So a person that spoke at the last city council meeting who was very upset, I would say, very emotional in the beginning, said some things that it caused a ruckus. Our city councilor, Kathy Amuso, responded, which she shouldn't have, and it made it worse. Well, that same person returned to this city council meeting, and they spoke. And she started, again, very aggressive, very, very emotional, said some things that could be looked at as inappropriate for sure. It wasn't said to be nice, I'll tell you that. But this time, Kathy Amuso, Alyssa Costa, all the counselors there. Now, Earl Persip was not in attendance, and the presentation was from his petition, but he was not in attendance. I'll start with these names. Kenny Warren, Patrick Cavey, Andy Wren, and the council president, Pete White, remained. All the other counselors, when this woman spoke, got up and walked away. And I found that to be so immature and so unprofessional. If you're a city councilor, boy, you better have thicker skin than that. Come on. That was so unprofessional. And first I thought, did any of them take the time to reach out to this person, to find out why she might be so angry? Is there something else going on also? Did they even know that? Did anybody take the time to speak to her? Is there another issue there or something fueling this? Has she suffered loss in her life recently? Is there something going on? Has anyone taken any time to even go that far and to see where we're at? I would have liked to seen a city councilor, after she spoke, get up, walk to the side, and approach her maybe and tell her, look, this doesn't have to be this way. I want to talk to you. Can we talk and sit down civilly and figure out what's going on here? Because obviously this person is upset about something. But to get up and protest, that was one of the most immature things I've ever seen. You're going to protest. It was just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I was very happy to see that some of the city councilors stayed there, like Patrick Cavey, who is this individual's ward counselor. But to see at-large counselors who represent her, without even digging that deep, they're that thin-skinned that they're going to protest, or they're that entitled. I don't know what it is, but I didn't like that. I thought that was very unprofessional. And I hope that stops, because that's 2 weeks of this now. And I'm going to talk about the last school committee meeting in another video, but same thing. A parent spoke at the last school committee meeting. School committee rules are the same. When someone gets up to speak, the school committee members are not there to respond to them or to get into discussion with them. A mother spoke about her experience. She said some things about the superintendent, Joe Curtis. She implied that he lied about a situation. After the public speaking ended, the chair, William Cameron, again spoke up and said that was not true, and without giving that woman a chance to respond, and said everything she said wasn't true, the superintendent doesn't lie. I mean, we get it. William Cameron and Dan Elias have already pledged their unwavering support to the superintendent, which is great if they're friends of his, but they shouldn't be doing it publicly as school committee members, not before an investigation with all that has even started. So anyway, I want to talk about that meeting at another time. So last night's meeting was about trash. I know the last video I put out about trash, there was at least 400 comments on that. And the majority of families are saying the 48 is way too small and I can't afford the extra $1.60 right now for another container. And some people saying, I'm going to need 2 more. I've got a big household. If you have babies, where you're dealing with diapers, or if you're elderly dealing with adult garments, and then there's the issue of some people saying, look, the design of these 48 for our climate up here, they're too small. They tip over too easy in the wind. And I did notice that. So when I followed one of the trucks, I did see the driver having to get out and stand containers up and then use the arm to pick them up. So that does not make it fully automated either. Anyway, I'm called out here. So if you hadn't seen that meeting, please watch it. It was a good meeting. I'm going to reach out to the mayor and see if I can get an interview with him. I really want to ask him about this 48, this size. Are we still sticking to that? The trucks can only pick up one size container. That's what I want to know. That's because that presentation was great. I just wanted to hear that. All right, I'm shivering. Tomorrow night, Thursday, the 16th at 6 p.m. at Taconic High School is the mayor's State of the City address. It is open to the public, I believe. If you can't make it, it will be PCTV will televise it, stream it, put it on their Facebook page so you can watch it. So check that out if you can. I'll do another video after that, and I am going to reach out to Mayor Marchetti and see if we can talk trash still and get an interview with him. Finally get that going. I know there's a lot going on, and there's a lot going on at the school to talk about. There's tons to talk about. I could sit here for an hour, but I will be frozen by then. I'm holding off on the haircut only because I read all the posts from all of you. It shocked me. I just wanted a haircut. I thought I needed one, and everyone said it looks great. So you know what? I'm not cutting my hair till everyone on here says, you look horrible, go cut your hair. Then I'll cut it, I guess. We'll see how far that goes. I'm trusting all of you. All right, that is it for now. There's a great big hawk here. I'm going to show you a shot of that real quick. And yeah, so take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We got some super cold weather coming, so stay warm. Stay active. Take care of each other. Be nice to each other. And if you don't like somebody, if you can't be nice to them, don't be mean to them. Do it that way. Let's try to calm things down and diffuse things a little bit. Everyone is so ready to protest, walk out on everything. It's not good. So, all right, that's it. I'll catch you all in the next day or two.